inform you that this much area of the grounds of cricket and football are rarely available in the Chandigarh city. So other institutes or organizations most of the time ask for the our facilities either for the cricket ground or for the football ground. This is a gymnasium hall, you can see, and you can maintain your fitness. And it is my experience that in the first year, most of you will enjoy this facility, and second year or third year onwards, only who are very fond of, you can say, fitness, they will be available. They will use this facility, and around 80% of you will not use it. That is my experience. Then that is my there is our badminton court. We have two badminton courts, and sports calendar has been approved. And from the after I think after start of the classes, you will go to the gymnasium hall and you can participate in various activities of sports, and they will take that will take place after the 5 p.m. This is a swimming pool, and due to great effort of our ADSA, sports and others, Dr. Sarabjit Singh, it is continuing from last 4-5 months. So around 6 months from last year, we are running this swimming pool. Earlier, we were able to just run either 1 or 2 months or 3 months, but from last 2 years, we are able to run it for the at least 5 to 6 months. This is a squash court. You can use this facility also. So various achievements in sports like peg chess, boys team has the first position in North Inter-University chess and has been selected to participate in the All India Inter-University chess boys tournament. Then Bhupet Singh Gill, student of aerospace engineering, has won 2 bronze medals for India at the ISSF World Championship shotgun being held in the Croatia. So PEC chess boys and girls team have secured second position in Inter-University Sports Association, that is called ITUSA events. Then PEC lawn tennis girls team has secured first prize Inter-Technology University Sports Association ITUSA. Then PEC lawn tennis boys team has secured second prize in ITUSA. PEC football boys team also secured third prize Inter-Technology, that is ITUSA, held in Thapar University of Engineering and Technology. PEC table tennis girls team also secured third prize in ITUSA, held in Thapar. Then some other achievements in 22-23. Girls lawn tennis, they got gold medal. Then boys lawn tennis, silver medal. Then Intertech silver also. So these are the various achievements. You can just have the look. So our institute is also accelerating in the sports activities. Then our badminton team also won the gold medal in the JK University. Okay, this is our dispensary team. Dr. Sumanla is our doctor. Any health issue you can directly contact. And on Saturday there is a half day from 10 to 12, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And you can also use the facility of dispensary on Saturdays also. So otherwise 9 to 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. That is the timing of the dispensary. So if you require, you can use. Then Ms. Lorraine Munjal, pharmaceutical officer, she is also there in the dispensary for your success. And Mr. Ram Bahadur and Mr. Rajesh Kumar, those are the staff of the dispensary. They will help you for any kind of the help if you feel so or required so. Then we have the pet market. Then we have the post office. We have two banks. One is the State Bank of India and another is the Punjab National Bank (PNB). Then we have the Nescafe near the New Academy block, and for your hunger, most of the things are available. And after the lecture, most of you will be found there. Then our student counseling cell, Dr. Jaimala Gambhir, she will be available in little after some time. And Mr. Naveen Kumar, he is the student counselor. Is he available? He will also be available in some time. Okay. So we are also conducting some sessions for the international against the drug abuse and illicit trafficking. And latest it was held on the held by the Dr. Manoj Bajaj, that is the by the doctor from the GMCS 32. Another important activity is the NSS, and Professor Jaimala Gambhir is the coordinator of NSS, and Professor Sandeep Kaur and Professor A.N. Dubey available. Professor Dubey, the coordinator of NSS. So Professor Sandeep Kaur and Professor A.N. Dubey are the co-coordinators of NSS, and activities under NSS are, you can just have the look. That is the blood donation camp. That is the feature of the important feature of the our PEC, and every semester it is at least once we organize the blood donation camp. Now our counselor, Mr. Naveen Kumar, is available. Please just. So NSS camp is the one of the important feature of under the NSS, and blood donation camp every once in a semester. So this is, I think, 1 year back photograph. And this is the latest photograph of the blood donation camp. Then tree plantation drive, that is also the integral part of the NSS being. Then another project that was carried out by the NSS team, that is the Drishti. And in this project, students make short films to increase the social awareness on the prominent humanitarian issues in the society. Then another important aspect, another important activity, that is the ABHA. So under this flagship project of NSS, more than 50 students taught the 60 plus unprivileged children. Their teaching involved interactive sessions, test series, and quizzes for the unprivileged students. The next important is the National Cadet Corps, NCC. So Dr. Kamal Kumar is the Lieutenant. Dr. Kamal Kumar is the Army wing, in charge of the Army wing. Please. And we are enough fortunate that we have the naval wings also, and Dr. Ankit Yadav is the in charge, and many girls are the part of the naval wing currently. This is about the introduction of NCC. Just you can see. So in 2019, PEC became one of the few institutions in two Chandigarh battalion to have the both army and naval wings. So naval wing started in 2019, and earlier we have the only army wing. animal beings have been started. Sorry. Then various achievements of the NCC cadets you can see here. Then various camps attended by the NCC cadets. You can see here. So now Professor in charge, Student Council Cell and NSS Coordinator Dr. Jayamala Gambhir is available. So please move. Okay. So by the NCC cadets, various even our ANOs or professor in charges of NCC, they are also attending the regular courses and for their promotions also these courses are required and these are the best camps attended by the various students of the NCC. Okay. Next important activity is the Pet Fest and that is most awaited by all of the students throughout the year. So that is also the important feature for technical and cultural event that is called the Pet Fest. And this year it is scheduled first week, I think in the first week of the November. Last year it was from 25th to 26th, 7th November. These are some glimpses of the Pet Fest. Thank you, and I will end my session with just some lines that you will get enough opportunity to excel yourself in, in the area where you want to excel, apart along with your studies. So, just some lines. तालीम नहीं दी जाती परिंदों को, तालीम नहीं दी जाती परिंदों को उड़ानों की, तालीम नहीं दी जाती परिंदों को उड़ानों की, तो खुद ही समझ जाते हैं ऊंचाई आसमानों की. So, you will learn everything during the 4 years. I expect that after passing out from here, you will be a responsible citizen and you will keep up the flag of pet as high as possible. सेकेंड है, जिंदगी की असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है, जिंदगी की असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है, मंजिल के कई इम्तिहान अभी बाकी है. अभी तो नापी है मुट्ठी भर जमीन तुमने, अभी तो नापी है मुट्ठी भर जमीन तुमने, अभी तो सारा आसमान बाकी है. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, sir, for gracing us with your invaluable insights. Now let's direct our attention to the dynamic force behind the scenes, the Associate Dean of Student Affairs, none other than Dr. Puneet Chawla. Driven by efficiency and collaboration, Dr. Chawla orchestrates a plethora of events that pepper our academic calendar throughout the year, all while working hand in hand with our passionate student community. Imagine the heartbeats of our college, technical societies, and the cultural clubs being nurtured under her expert guidance.
With a distinguished position as an associate professor in the electrical engineering department, Dr. Chawla's journey has come full circle. Having completed her PhD at PEC, she is not just an academic powerhouse, but a living testament to the very essence of our institution. She has around 20 publications, organized and attended over 14 short-term courses, and she's also guided 18 MTech and 2 PhD scholars.
Now let's make our way for the wisdom and experience that we are about to receive. I invite Dr. Puneet Chawla to grace the stage and share her insights.
Thank you, Siddharth and Ritvik, for a wonderful introduction. I have been joking with our director sir also that nowadays I have become more of an event manager rather than a faculty in electrical engineering. So let me start. Our respected honorable dean, Dr. D.R. Prajapati. I have some fellow faculty who are taking care of some clubs, societies, uh, some guests, and some other like helping hands for all the student activities. A very warm good morning and the most important, dear first year students, a very warm welcome to the PEC. Uh, we are excited to have you at PEC. You are on board the journey of PEC, and these next few years await you for a wonderful experience. We'll make it possible that you have a wonderful experience there. Now, I'll start with how you all have entered this prestigious institute. I know, as a parent, most of us, in our times, our parents used to ask when we were kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? There were limited options. It used to be medicine, you want to be a doctor, you want to be an engineer, or you want to join a teaching profession. But with you, I think the opportunities are endless. And uh, in the very beginning, you people decide what do you want to be. That is, you have a vision. Say, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to become a doctor, whatever. So, you have a vision when you decide what you want to be. Similarly, all institutes, they have a vision. We work on what is the vision of our institute. The vision of our institute for Punjab Engineering College is to become a center of excellence in technical education and research, and we want to occupy one of this place amongst one of the eminent institutions of the nation. We are there, but we want to improve our stature as an institute. So when you have a vision, you want to realize it, there are some missions which you need to accomplish. So some of the missions are related to academics, like you want to have excellent culture in teaching and learning. You want to know, like augment your presence of international students. You want to cultivate new ideas of research. You want to become innovators, leaders, entrepreneurs. In one of the missions, we have to promote co and extracurricular activities for overall personality development of the institute and to develop very responsible students so that you have awareness and acceptance of ethical values. This is where the function of the Dean of Student Affairs office comes into being, right? So, my involvement with you would be mainly towards co-curricular and extracurricular activities. At this point, I would like to emphasize that you need to maintain a balance between your academics and your extracurricular activities. You have lot of time. There are times when you are simply free. So I would maybe give you an idea of whatever activities, whatever free time you have, you can involve yourself in. And in this orientation, the purpose is that all of you get to know and you decide whatever gives you a kick, you can join that, right? So that would be what I would be dealing with. Uh, the scheme, like Dr. Bhatia told you yesterday, the the scheme of the curriculum has been recently upgraded, and in your scheme there are two components where DSP office is involved, right? So the first one, as has been marked, is orientation and introduction to discipline. Mind it, you have a credit for each one of them. Both of them are one credit each. So after the end of the orientation, you'll be given a small quiz regarding small concepts or small things you learn in orientation. And for introduction to discipline, your respective departments might conduct a test or a small quiz. Both of them are of one credit each. So there, those credits would be counted towards your total CGPA. So please don't take the orientation and introduction to discipline lightly. In orientation grades, we give some weightage to your attendance also. In fact, 50% weightage would be given to your attendance, which every day your seniors are taking early in the morning. The second component is known as a proficiency course. Right? In your scheme, the proficiency course is again of 2 credits. If you can see it, I have marked it with a blue arrow. The grades of proficiency are sent in the final year. The grades of the proficiency, please understand, would be sent in the final year, but I'll tell you, talk about proficiency. The grades of proficiency are for whatever you do in various clubs, societies, in technical events, in sports, like in all extracurricular and co-curricular activities. So that amounts to the grade for the proficiency course. And these grades are based on the performance in all 4 years. All your respective faculty in charges will keep a track of all your performance. So I'll come to the details, but remember, the grades are sent in the final year, but the performance would be based on all 4 years. So this is the academic credit of the non-academic performances, which will be given in your CGPA, which would reflect in your CGPA also, right? Now for the proficiency codes, your seniors, the organizing seniors, would share with you the codes of various proficiencies. I'm just giving a glimpse. The details would be shared by the various students. Like there will be a code PR001 for NCC, PR201 for Speakers Association, and so on. So each club, society, and extracurricular activity has a code, and you have to register for that particular code. We'll be giving you the details as and when required. You have to register for them. Now, like I was talking about the evaluation, so for evaluation of orientation grade, quiz related to orientation plus attendance would be there. For grades of proficiency, your respective faculty in charges, professor in charges, they will keep a track of the activities during all 4 years, and towards the end, they'll be giving you grades, right? Now, coming to various clubs and societies, I'll be looking after the overall functioning of various clubs and societies. So we have some of the societies which are very popular. Usually we call them technical societies. If they are making projects, they are taking workshops, or they are doing work related to technical aspects. And we have some cultural clubs which will be talking about drama, dance, all those things. So these are some of the beautiful glimpses, very few, of various clubs and technical societies which the students are participating in, right? So let me give you, in my next few slides, I'll be giving you glimpses of some technical societies, the cultural clubs, who are the student representatives, some of the achievements, so that you know what all is going on in various clubs and societies. Now, when we have around 800, 900 students each year, and you have 4 years, there are students of all years in all clubs and societies. to manage and coordinate various activities, we have a organized system. Organization of clubs and societies is similar for all clubs and societies. For every club and society, we have a faculty in charge who is obviously faculty from one of the departments. From the student side, the final year students are asked for representations like those who are interested in working day and night. So out of those, we have a chief club secretary and chief technical secretary for clubs and societies, right? Then we have joint chief club secretary and joint chief secretary for technical societies. These are the students who will be coordinating the activities at the central level, at the DSA level. Then individually, like for every club, for a dramatics club or for SA, say mechanical society, you'll have a secretary, student secretary, and a joint student secretary. These students are from the final year. All these student representatives are from the final year. So this is a list which would be made available to you. It would be sent to you maybe in one of your groups. These are the student secretaries, joint secretaries, and some of the faculty in charges. Let me take the privilege of introducing some of the faculty members who are there, those who are taking care of all the societies and clubs. Some of the faculty is busy, maybe they are having classes in their respective departments. So with time you will get to know them, right? So let me see who all are there. I'll request the faculty in charges who are there to please just wave to the students. For Rotaract Club, Professor Jaswinder Singh. Uh, Thank you. Dr. Rita Mahajan for Projection and Design Club. She's not here. Dr. Gurpreet Singh for Music Club. English Editorial Board, Hindi Editorial Board, and Punjabi Editorial Board are led by Dr. Alka Jindal. She's not there. Speaker Association, Dr. Amandeep Kaur. Dramatics Club, Dr. Sulata. She's not here. Art and Photography, Dr. Sumati Mahajan. Student Counseling Cell, Dr. Jamala Gandhi. Then we have Communication and Information and Media, led by Dr. Lovreen Kaur. EIC, led by Dr. Parminderjeet Singh. We have some cells also. Women Empowerment Cell, led by Dr. Asha Gupta. She's not there. Then some of the societies, we have IIM, led, this is a society for metallurgy engineer, Dr. Suresh, he was there. Okay, he might have left for the class. IGS, Dr. S.K. Singh. SESI is Solar Society of India, Dr. Rintu Khanna. Robotics, Dr. Tejbir Kaur is there. Very popular society. SAE, Dr. Chandrakant Sushil. IEEE, Dr. Jasbir Kaur. SME, Dr. S.M. Suri, he is not here. ASPS, Dr. Shobna Dhimman, she is not here. ASPS, Dr. Shobna Dhimman, pardon me. ASCE, Dr. Haramrit Sandhu, not there. ACM, Dr. Padmavati is there. ASME, Dr. M.M. God, not there. ATS, Dr. Tushar. Dr. Prajapati has already introduced you to the NCC and NSS, right? So these are various faculty in charges. Student representatives, by now you must be knowing them very well. We have Sara, Shubham, and Dolcy for the technical societies, and we have Madhav, Anandita, and Karun for our clubs, various clubs. Now let me give a brief introduction. Although during these 7 days, next 7 days, each of the societies, clubs, and cells, they will be having presentation in every group. So you will get to know more about each society. They will be taking events. They will be giving you presentations. They'll be giving display of all the societies and clubs. So I'll briefly maybe tell you about these societies so that you have a very basic idea of what these societies are doing. We have Association of Computing Machinery, which is called ACM. So most of you will see students participating in hackathons, code blooded, and so many names. They will spend 24 hours without eating, without doing anything, without having a nap also. So very popular society. American Society of Civil Engineers, uh, they are mainly dealing with some activities related to computer-aided construction, computer-aided maybe workshops, dealing with some of the important construction of bridges. Prototypes are made, concrete canoe is made. Some of the flagship events I am naming here. Otherwise, all around the year, some of the other activity would be done by each of the societies. American Society of Mechanical Engineers, like they are talking about the usage of engineering for the benefit of the society. So, Mechanist, Cadathon, SolidWorks, these are the workshops and the work which is done by these society. Astronomy and space physics, we have a huge telescope, and our ASPS students, they deal with stargazing, and for real orientation they have asked for some solar filters so that they can watch planets through that telescope also. Very interesting. Then we have Aerospace Technical Society, which will be teaching you aero modeling, remote controlled aircrafts. You will have display of all these prototypes in your technical display. Then Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers will give you hands-on training on various maybe breadboards, talking about various softwares which are used and some codes, quizzes, all these activities. IGS mainly dealing with soil mechanics, and they will tell you like what are the geology, all the happenings in the Himachal. Probably we need to have more work done in the IGS society. Institute of Metals will talk about the metallurgy of all the materials, how research is done, how various materials can be used for the advancements. Robotics Society, you will see so many competitions. You'll have robo wars, you will have robo soccers, all sorts of robotics happening. Society of Automotive Engineers, you will see some automobiles, fast FSA and mini Baha competitions. Our students are manufacturing vehicles, they are manufacturing EVs and participating in various events also. Similar work is being done by Society of Manufacturing Engineers, which are not limited to automobiles, but any sort of manufacturing is done. Solar Society is for maybe promoting renewable energy in India. So how we are using solar PV cells and other renewable energy sources is being taken care of by SESI. Then we have cultural clubs. Okay, so Art and Photography Club, all the creative work is done by this club. Photography, everything. You will see students everywhere. The most creative club of our institute. Projection and Design Club, you must have seen so many social media advertisements. All the designs of the posters which you have seen, they have been done in-house by our PDC. Then the ed boards, those who are interested in literature, those who are interested in culture of Hindi, English, or Punjabi, all would be dealt by in ed boards. So all of them have poetry competitions, literature competitions, and in addition to all this, Punjabi ed board is dealing with Bhangra also, right? So you'll see all these performances during your orientation. Then obviously dramatics, music club, vocal, instrument. There are very interesting events. You have agas, you have chitra, you have dance classes, you have acting classes. Everything is available in these two clubs. Then some of you may be interested in some sort of community service, so they can participate in the Rotary Club. They have some tie-ups with NGOs, so you can participate in that. Speaker Association dealing with debates, MUNs, quizzes, book reading sections for all those students interested in the literary activities. In addition, we have 4 cells. For communication information, every day you might be looking for some news in the newspaper. If you look at the site of PEC Institute site, you will see we have a huge write-up along with the pictures. All that is dealt by the communication information and media cell. We have student counseling cell, very important. I'll come to this right after this slide. Entrepreneurship and incubation cell. Those of you who are right now interested in doing startups, you want to be entrepreneurs after you finish your graduation, they can be part of EIC. And then obviously for gender sensitization, we have women empowerment cell, and they keep on doing activities which lead to the maybe importance of rural and urban women and organize different events related to that. So this was about the cells. One of the very important cell I want to talk about in detail is student counseling cell. Without going like into the theory of what this is, this student counseling cell, we introduced you to our counselor, Mr. Naveen, and Dr. Jamala Gambhir is looking after this. Now, this cell it offers free and confidential counseling service to students. You can go there as an individual or you can go there as a group. And believe me, what I want to make it known today is that don't consider SCC a taboo. I'll give you some examples. We had a student who was a 10-pointer in computer science. Somehow he said, I am dropping the engineering degree, I am dropping the class. He came to the student cell and he was back after 1 semester. We had students who were not eating, they were not liking the hostel food. We had there was a student who was keeping her family picture in her room and crying all day, couldn't settle with friends. We had students who had breakups, couldn't deal with them. There was a student who liked a girl in his class, but the girl was not responding. He came to the student cell. So, likewise, uh, your parents are calling you too often, you are not talking to them, come to the student cell. You are not able to make friends, come to the student counseling cell. So, any issue, it may be very trivial, it may be like bothering you, come to the student cell. Okay, you will make friends, you will have some sort of sessions there. It's not medicine, it is simply sessions, right? And it's not a taboo. Please take help. So we have lots of facilities in this. We have an organization, Your Dost, which has been engaged for online counseling also. You can refer to that also. We have peer group help. There are students. If you find that your friend is not behaving normally, so please tell the counselor, or you please tell her, or you please tell me, or you please contact the OI coordinator of counseling cell. We will extend all our help. We want you to enjoy your stay here, right? So, student counseling cell should be uh, very oftenly used. Don't consider it a taboo. Now, I would not say that you miss on your academics and join clubs and societies, leaving your academics behind. There has to be a perfect balance between academics and your extracurricular. Let me talk about, like, if I tell you the theory here, whatever I have written, it may not sound good, but let me just take an example. I have, say, 5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes, and talk about the orientation activity, how it is done, and how you will benefit from clubs and society. You will be able to relate with them. We were all very excited. You come at a later time, but the planning for the orientation starts almost a month before. We start making schedules. We start inviting the speakers. Then the number of seats change. We make groups where to make you sit, who will move you from auditorium to this place, who will be the speaker on the first day, second day, third day, who's going to call them, what is their biodata. So all of these are managed at the very first day. Then I know you seen all the decorations, the creative. A theme is decided. Lot of like brainstorming has to be done. What should be the theme? There are different options. Some theme. CV oldies would tell you maybe sustainability rakh, science rakh, and then the students will know we want our students to enjoy the theme. So it should be somewhere with the comic related theme. So lot of brainstorming, and then you design. Your club students have designed all these banners, all these posters, and they have been painting, sitting maybe till 3 a.m. They take permissions to sit here to work all night through. They are skipping their meals. I tell them, okay, go and have your lunch first. No, ma'am, let me finish this first, right? They are committed. Why? Because they want you to be happy. They want you to enjoy all this. Okay? And what? So they are dividing their affairs. You have different teams. One team is overall organizing, somebody is looking after the creative, somebody is looking after the branch in charges. So they have divided their jobs, how to take care of each and every job. Somebody is looking after your hospitality, you'll get variety of snacks. All the club society organizers you will see in the next few days engaging 120 students after every maybe gap of 45 minutes every day. You have to do lot of planning and you have to be committed. They'll find activities you will see in the next few days. So and you learn a lot. For me, every time I have one batch of students, I train them, and by the end of it, they are perfect. It's time for them to leave. Recently, few of my previous DCS was here, and I was saying, "How is it going?" He says, "मैम ऑफिस में काम ही नहीं है. यहाँ पे काम इतना करता था मैं, and now I feel I'm free there." Right? One of the previous CCS I met at Bangalore, I said, "How is it going?" She was in operations, and she's saying, "The day I went there, they saw my profile and they gave me the opportunity. They told me, okay, you manage all our day to day activities, all events, everything." She's managing it there also. Right? So that's how whatever you do here will carry along to the lifetime. Okay, you'll become good leaders. See, these students, they must be bitching, but when they come to me, okay, what is the financial uh, finance involved? They'll come with, okay, 1 lakh. I said no, 25,000. They go there, they find sponsors, they pitch for it. They have to learn how to do cost cutting, how to manage in meager affairs. It's not that I cannot give them finances. It's because I want them to learn how to manage things in the given resources. Right? So a plethora of activities and opportunities is available. You have to decide in maybe this semester what interests you, what is your passion. It's not that you join a society, you cannot join a club. You do only bhangra, you cannot do coding. You can do both. You are full of energy. So please don't just sit and gossip in the hostel. Please don't just watch Netflix movies. Do something. Okay? Okay. One last example before I finish off. I asked one of the co-founders of a startup when he was hiring students. I said, "How do you know which person is maybe relevant or which person is good for your job?" I saw him talking. He was talking to the student simply, "Okay, what's your mother doing? What's your father doing?" He was becoming pally with them. "Okay, what subjects have you studied? How much do you spend in studying? What do you do in the evening? What do you do in the maybe weekends?" I couldn't get how he was selecting the students. And then later I asked him, he said, "A student who was going home on Friday and coming Monday morning is not suitable for my startup. I will not hire a student who watches Netflix in the evening, who is gossiping in the evening." सो इट इज जस्ट एन आइडिया. तुम्हें पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि जो हायर कर रहे हैं वो तुम में कौन सी क्वालिटी देख रहे हैं और व्हाट इज द रिक्वायरमेंट. आई न्यू अ स्टूडेंट हु हैड कम बैक टू फ्रॉम अमेरिका फॉर प्लेसमेंट्स एंड ही वाज सेइंग एवरीथिंग वेंट वेल इन माय इंटरव्यू. आई डोंट नो व्हाई दे डिडंट हायर मी. एंड देन वी टॉक टू द पर्सन हु हैड. ही सेज, "आई एम फाइंडिंग अ स्टूडेंट फॉर रूरल मार्केटिंग." और इसके एक्सेंट तो वहां पे समझ ही नहीं आना किसको. So you never know. You should know what profile you are applying for and develop your maybe techniques, your skills accordingly. And it is not ending. Gamini was third in UPSC last year. She was there. If some of the senior students remember, she, while addressing the students, she said, "In addition to the academics, my lifelong learning was from clubs and societies." Right? So that should aspire you to spend your free time. Don't miss on your academics, they are foremost, but please use your free time for participating in whatever excites you. Right? Some of the faculty members are here. I might have missed on their name. So let me introduce to you some of them who are here, those who have joined maybe now. Dr. Rintu Khanna, she is faculty in charge safety. Dr. Shobna, she is faculty in charge ASPS. Uh, Dr. Sumati Mahajan, your work shows, please wave back to the student. She is for APC. Who else? Dr. Sulata, yes. She is looking after the dramatics. Dr. Chandrakant, you were there? Right, already there. And although Dr. Jawalkar is there, but he'll be talking to you next to me. Anybody I could see? Huh? Tejvi ma'am was there already. Right. So I think you can relate. You will learn different skills, explore your interests, you will become good leaders, teamwork, communication, discipline, everything you will learn. Community building, okay. And our students, those who are doing well, you can go and participate in IITs, you can go and participate in different institutes, you can participate in international events also, and these are some of the achievements. Like they have been going abroad, they have been going in various IITs and different maybe events held national and internationally, and we are good. So we get first prize, second prize. Somebody who gets third prize, I motivate them to get a first prize next time, right? So looking forward to seeing all of you getting more prizes. But before I go further, at this point, please give me the opportunity to thank and compliment the group of students, the organizers, faculty, as well as the students who are working day and night for making your orientation a success. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you very much, all my students and all the faculty. organizing this orientation, right? Just a small thing. For all the work which you do here in clubs and societies, the institute honors you. It felicitates you in the a form of some appreciations. Like we have certificate of appreciation for second year students, certificate of excellence for third year students, and for the final year students we have institute colors. We ask for applications from time to time, and you will come to know of all of them later, right? So I hope I have given you a brief idea of various activities which are available, various opportunities. So we can give you wings, right? You have to set your goals. And mind it, set your goals high. You aim high. Sky is the limit, right? And all of us are there. Your seniors, faculty, staff, every single individual at PEC will help you, support you, guide you in navigating your journey. You can learn, you can invent, you can explore, and you can excel and live your dream, right? One last small thing. In whatever you do, yesterday Dr. Bhatia also emphasized, each one of you is precious. Precious for us because now your parents have handed over their loved ones to us. You are precious to us. You are precious to your family. You are precious to the friends and everyone around you. Whatever you may do, please stay safe. Please remember somebody is waiting for you, right? Stay safe. That would be my sincere advice as a mother. Okay? Love you all. Have a good stay at PEC. Thank you.
A heartfelt thank you, ma'am, for your invaluable time and wisdom. Now, I would like to introduce you to Dr. C.S. Chavalkar, the Associate Dean of Student Affairs of Hostels. He is an Associate Professor in Production and Industrial Engineering. He has done his PhD from IIT Roorkee and MBA in Marketing Management. He is currently researching advanced manufacturing, machining sciences, sustainable supply chain management, and more. I request him to kindly address the students and bring insightful perspectives on our ongoing commitment against ragging. I welcome sir to the stage.
Good morning to all of you. Welcome to all the fair students. Thank you, Puneet ma'am, for the encouraging and motivating words. My speech will be more of a boring sort of a thing because we are going to talk about hostel activities, which many times we have to run day in, day out, maybe at late nights sometimes to manage the show because we are here just to manage the show with the limited resources that we have. So my brief introduction, I am here in tech from last about 20 years. Prior to that, I was working in an industry for about 8 years. Skipping much of my introduction, I'll move ahead. So at tech, you are here from last 2-3 days. The institute has 6 hostels in our campus. Out of those, 4 are boys hostels and 2 are girls hostels. So with respect to girls hostels, we don't have much of the issues like say stay or rooms. But with respect to boys hostel, yes, we do have. We agree to that, and we are working on that. So that by next year we will be in a better, say, better way to give you more spacious and say probably single rooms to all. So right now you have to bear with us, at least for this semester. From next semester, at least when one batch will go for training, so we'll try to accommodate more of those people who are now all sharing in doubles at Shivalik Hostel. So it is really embarrassing even for us to give you such a facility. That is why we also request you if you can, some of you can manage outside in PGs or say you can 2-3 students of you can try to get a room and stay outside there because there will be some problems in staying in shared rooms. See, even if you are staying in a shared room, the capacity of that hostel, see the hostel area, you can mess area, washrooms, they have been designed only for those 250 or odd students. Okay, so agreeing to this, moving ahead. So the four boys hostels that we have: Shivalik Hostel, Aravali Hostel, Himalaya Hostel, and Kurukshetra Hostel, and two girls hostels, Kapuna Chawla Hostel and Vindhya Hostel. So quickly we'll see some pictures and I'll introduce to you our main team who is working on this. So first one is the boys hostel, that is Shivalik Hostel, located at nearby to gate number 3. So the capacity of this hostel is 270 rooms are there. So we are accommodating almost doubles, leaving aside offices and other things. About 500 students are accommodating there right now. So I request Dr. Dheeraj sir and to please wave hands to this. So he is one of our main persons who is managing the show there at Shivalik Hostel, and from last 3-4 days have been very energetic and very say difficult for him too, because he has been there right from morning till late nights, and whatever possible we are doing there. Then we have Dr. Chandrakant Sushil. He is also warden at Shivalik Hostel. Yes, Chandrakant, are you here? Yes, please. Then we have Himalaya Hostel. Again, this has capacity right now around 300 people, 300 students of final year are staying here. There are about 250 rooms, so around 50 to 60 have been sharing rooms there. So the wardens there are Sushil Kumar sir. Sir, please wave your hand. And Lokesh sir. Is he here? Then we have Kurukshetra Hostel. Again, it is similar to Himalaya Hostel. Right now, 30 students are staying there. So this is located near gate number 1 if you come from that side. So the main people managing the show there are Professor Suresh Chand. Is he here? So he is out for some important activity. Then we have Dr. Ajay. Dr. Ajay is here. Then Aravali Hostel, again boys hostel, capacity around 220 to 230. So right now around 230 students are staying there. We have Dr. Rahul Vaishya sir. He is the warden there. And Dr. Harshit Khandelwal. Khandelwal sir, are you here? So again, this is recently renovated hostel. The kitchens and washrooms have been renovated here. So the students who have come here right now, probably 2 years or 1 year back, they were much worse than what we have now. So it is a continuous improving stage. Then we have two girls hostels. One is Vindhya Hostel, located at extreme other end near PGI. So the two wardens who are looking after that is Dr. Jyoti Kedia ma'am. Please wave your hand. And Dr. Balvinder ma'am. Then we have Kalpana Chawla Hostel. So here it has been managed by Dr. Tejbir ma'am and Dr. Shilpa ma'am. Again, the students who are staying there, you'll find yourself very much motivated, because at some times, astronaut Kalpana Chawla, the proud black alumnus, used to stay there. So I'll discuss initial part about some hostel rules, timings, and some discipline things. Then I have to also discuss about anti-ragging, which was the main theme I was asked to cover in this. So students are required to maintain discipline in the hostel, very much important. So whenever you come first to the hostel, you have to give your contact numbers, parents' numbers, your blood groups. This is required for any emergencies. During suppose some of your close friend or you itself want some medical help, so that will be in-hand information to us if it is available in our registers. So make it sure that in your personal column in the register, you write all these things. Maybe you have some allergies or some typical things, medicines that you are taking. So at least we will be having some information on that. So maintain your hostel timings. So the boys hostel time is around 9:30. Sometimes it is extended up to 10, and girls hostel is 8:30. So hostelers should inform to wardens whenever they are moving out of the campus, or say during the weekends. Sometimes they have to go to home or for some relatives activities. Let it be even 2 or 3 days. You need to inform, because we have come across some incidents where students had been After just finishing their exams without information to wardens or anyone, they arranged some bikes without helmets. They went to Kasoli, and on their way back, they met with a fatal accident. We lost one of our students there about 2 years back, and it was a very difficult situation to manage for everyone because the boy was riding the bike without a helmet, and his bike did not have even mirrors. So the big lorry that came from backside, he was unable to track it, and he went under that. It went to police, but because it was at the border of Himachal and Chandigarh, again there were a lot of difficulties then convincing their parents, getting his body back, and so these are some very unusual things which again we have to manage. So please adhere to discipline, very important because your life is more important. Then hostelers should inform about any specific medical emergencies I've already told. So hostels we are providing only up to 30th June, but your new session starts from August. So that 1 month of July, we have kept it intentional so that some cleanliness or some other things can be done at that time, some maintenance activities can be done. But in case of Shivalik Hostel this time, because the first year had started late due to COVID, so the session ran too late, and the exams of last batch of first year students went up to around 20th of July. After that, students did not vacate rooms in time. Some of them did not hand over the key, they went home directly. So when they came back and when we got the keys, it was embarrassing to us in front of parents to clean the rooms and give it to them. So that is why some chaos had occurred there. So again, right now it is in much better stage than what it was 3-4 days back. So the mechanism of governance that we have in hostels. So at the very beginning of the session, say within 2 weeks or so, a hostel executive committee is formed. So for this, the wardens will either call some interested applications and do their selection, or it can be elections if there are multiple people. So from them, we form a team of about 4 to 5 people. One is the hostel senior, then mess secretary, one could be discipline or maintenance secretary, and like that about 4 to 5 students are named from them. Now, why we require these people? Because this hostel activity is all managed by the hostel executive committee. We don't receive any financial funding from the college except land building. So the salaries of the mess people who are working there are all from your own hostel money that you are giving to the institute in the name of hostel fund. So this hostel committee is responsible for all the items that is coming, for all the purchases. So warden is just a caretaker. So this committee, along with manager and wardens, along with the office, myself, ADSA, and Dr. Prajapati sir, we'll be managing your financial activities. Like most of us, myself and Prajapati sir, are just signing the checks. But whatever you are ordering and whatever is the requirement, that is to be seen by the hostel executive committee, by the students there. So the HEC, along with manager and attendant and wardens, day-to-day all activities. So they have to check the mess bills, purchased items, whether something is coming excess, whether some mischief is taking place there. So these things are there. So any issues related to food, say food quality, safety, maintenance, how you will address? So the hostel executive committee, any student finds something wrong. So you will inform to the mess secretary. Mess secretary will take up that issue with manager or warden. So most of the times it will be resolved at that level. But if it is required, we'll be having in between meetings. Warden will almost take a meeting, say once in 2 weeks or so with the executive committee. And if that is still not involved, so we are always there to help you. Then any issues related to any other thing apart from this, mostly there will be some like fan is not working properly or some water issues. So for that, from last about 1 year, we have a maintenance team. We have a JE cell. So one JE is there along with some maintenance people. So most of the times the complaints are resolved within a day. Earlier for this we had to run after a state office or get some outside person for help. But luckily we have a maintenance cell and they address to all these minor complaints. But if there is something major, say some door is broken or say something, say a huge water leakage. So that may require sometimes little more time. So we also have a register maintained at all hostels for recording these maintenance complaints, and we can report directly in that register or to the warden, or you can give it to us in DS office. Then mess bills, they have to be signed regularly. Mess bill have to be paid regularly because it is this bill through which you are paying the salaries to the workers. Then sometimes students have to go for a short time during breaks, during vacation. You need to inform your butler or manager. Why that is required? So some concession is there in your mess bill, say for 1 or 2 times in a year, like that. Then also there is a Dobe facility. Every hostel has a Dobe, and that money has already been deducted from your fees. So some help you'll get there. Then apart from this, there are some fines and punishments. Late entry in hostel will be allowed just 1 or 2 times in a session or so. So student charter rules will circulate that you can go through in detail. So sometimes you may have to go out for some important thing. You need to get permission from the warden, and then for exceptional reasons you can get 1 or 2 times late entry. But if it happens occasionally, then there will be fine for that. And if it happens more occasionally, then you may also be asked to vacate the hostel. Because we are answerable for that if something mishappening happens. Now, drinking alcohol is prohibited. But still, in a rare case, say it is a first offense, unknowingly something happens, he will be fined up to 5,000 or so. Manhandling is strictly prohibited. Sometimes you'll be playing some game and some quarrel happens there, and you'll take that bat or hockey stick and you'll hit the other person. Or you'll go and bang him to show your muscle power. Okay? Then we'll have to show you some other power there. Okay? So manhandling is strictly banned, and that will lead to severe financial punishment and also expulsion from hostel if it is major. So the student charter will circulate in about a week. That will you'll come to know what are the different fines for different activities. So we understand that there is a very long, say, your summer season. So sometimes if your room is at a very say top floor and जुलाई में तो वेकेशन होता है जैसे कि आप घर जाते हो, लेकिन अगर मई जून में ज़्यादा गर्मी हो गई तो एक छोटा कूलर आप रख सकते हो विद परमिशन फ्रॉम वार्डन. सो इसके लिए कुछ एक मिनिमम चार्ज देना पड़ेगा. एक स्मॉल कूलर इज अलाउड विद परमिशन बट नो एनी अदर equipments. Equipment I mean any high voltage equipment. So some prohibited activities: consumption and possession of alcohol is strictly prohibited. Consumption and possession of BD, cigarettes or any banned substance, drugs, that is all strictly prohibited. And we'll be raiding the hostel at midnight occasionally. A team of wardens, myself, or sometimes guards can come anytime in your hostel. We are authorized to enter your hostels. And if it is found, then strict punishment will be taken. So last year we have banned one student for 1 year from hostel. So still he has applied for hostel again. And he has also paid his fees also. तो उसको भी फीस देंगे हम, आराम से देंगे हम, क्योंकि उसे पता था कि नहीं अप्लाई करना था, उसे बैन हो चुका था, फिर भी ऐसी शरारत भी करते बच्चे. So ragging is strictly banned. So I will talk about ragging little later. And if some ragging activities are noticed, so there is a strong UGC charter on that, and you'll face severe consequences for that. So your hostel life. This is a very important phase. Make your stay in hostels pleasant and memorable. The institute has gymnasium, swimming pool, athletic grounds, squash court, basketball, tennis court. Volleyball courts exist almost in all hostels. Apart from carom chess and some indoor facilities are there in most of the hostels. Even a new meditation center is being developed near Shivalik Hostel. And in the last couple of years, the hostelers are organizing interdepartmental volleyball competitions. Cricket, HPCL cricket competition was there from last about 2 years back. This year it did not happen. So these are also managed by the students themselves, just to inculcate and develop some positive energy and build the spirit of sportsmanship. So at your level, different hostels, yes, we encourage you to manage some small sports events or some activities like that. Then hostel capacity expansion. Right now, one block of Himalaya second wing is almost ready. Some minor repairs and handover takeover is remaining. Also, some furniture procurement is in process, so it may take about a month or so. Another about 130 rooms can be added there. Apart from that, there are some two new constructions ongoing. One is at Kurukshetra block, where G plus 6 is started and all the foundation has been completed. So about a year or so, 1.5 years, that will lead to about 350 rooms. So all our students in future, maybe the next batch or the next batch after that, will all get single rooms in boys hostels. And also, there is plan for expansion of other hostels also. Even in Kalpana Chawla hostel, 40 rooms have been added in last few years. And even Himalaya hostel, there are some plans for, again, this is already completed, just handover is remaining. Now, see how you have come here, the journey. You all have appeared in a national level competitive entrance exam. So next to IIT or NIT, you have a preferred choice and you have come here. You have carefully opted and you have been selected to this prestigious institute. Definitely, there is something in your mind, your goal and aim, which needs to be further sharpened, cherished and achieved. So that is the purpose. Understand why you are here. You have entered into this century-old institute and you will be spending your 4 crucial years of your teenhood in this institute. Your parents will see their future in you. They have some very high hopes on you because they have spent their teenage time and their lovely time with you. And also they have invested money and time in you. Now, with all this, what would be your aim? Want to become a good engineer? Want to become some problem solver? You want to become a good organizer or a good leader? Or you want to help the society at large? So this could be one of the things out of this for. Apart from that, above all of that, everyone wants to be recognized as a good human. Maybe after your stay from this hostel or after your exit from this world. So this is the only thing that we take back. That is being a good human. So if you want to become that, just I will tell you what you should not do. To realize the same, you have to hard work. So about 2 years back, American president was invited on 26th January. Barack Obama, he came, he addressed a gathering at New Delhi as a chief guest. And in his speech, he told that between the most developed country, US, and a developing country like India, the only thing that can stop us is hard work. Okay? So nothing is shortcut here. So only hard work can stop you. You'll get failures, yes, they are required because they are the steps to success. And without a failure, if we get a success, then probably we will not know how to manage a failure, and that is more important to learn in life. More important to learn in life is how to manage the failures. Because managing success, many people will be with you. But in your failure, those people who are with you, those are probably your real friends. Then your dedication. Teamwork and support for all possible help. Yes, you should be ready to whatever extent possible. Be positive always. There will be a lot of negativity. And the first negativity will start from your mind itself. सबसे पहला नेगेटिव आइडिया किसमें आएगा? आपके माइंड में ही आएगा सबसे पहले. Suppose a boy gets admission in a reputed institute like PEC or say IIT. अब उसके फादर ने उसे एक बड़ा सा बाइक खरीद के दे दिया. ठीक है? एक दिन वो लड़का घर से बिना बताए चला जाता है किसी फ्रेंड के पार्टी में. And it's late. He has not even messaged anything. Now the parents are endlessly waiting for his message or his phone call. So after 3 to 4 hours, when there is no answer, the anxious parents call him and his phone becomes unreachable. तो सबसे पहले पेरेंट के माइंड में क्या थॉट आएगा बताओ? Yes? First thought that will come to the mind is what? कहीं कुछ हुआ तो नहीं? because this is very, very logical. This is very much intentional, you can say, और the mind में first thinking जो आती है कभी भी negative thinking आती है. First thought that comes in our mind is कि शायद ये नहीं होगा तो क्या. So उस thinking को हमें सोचना है उसके ऊपर और हमें अपना plan B ready करना है. So I prepared this presentation maybe late night. Then after that I put it on my mail और 2 पेन ड्राइव में डाला था कि अगर शायद गुम हो गया तो कुछ तो बोलना चाहिए ना यहाँ पे. अदरवाइज पुलिस मैम ने इतना अच्छा एग्जाम्पल्स देके इतना सारा बोला और मैं अगर यहाँ आके अगर मैं 15-20 मिनट भी आपके सामने खड़ा नहीं हो पाऊंगा तो आप क्या कहोगे कि किस मूर्ख ने और कैसे मूर्ख बंदे को आइडिया से बनाया हुआ है. So you have to be positive, develop a habit of learning new things. This is very important. So person continues to learn. Even till his death, he is learning new things. Learning never stops. I remember while doing PhD at IIT Roorkee, at the final stage when I gave my thesis report to check to my guide, so वहाँ पे Gantt chart बनाना होता है, मतलब आपके activities की एक चार्ट बनानी होती है. तो literature review का जो था हमने सिर्फ 2 साल तक दिखाया था. तो गाइड ने उसे क्रॉस कर दिया और पूरा थीसिस दोबारा प्रिंट करने के लिए बोला था पेजेस निकाल के, क्योंकि बोला लिटरेचर रिव्यू आपका जो है थीसिस सबमिशन तक चलता रहेगा, बिकॉज तब तक भी कोई नए पेपर्स आ रहे हैं, यू आर स्टिल थिंकिंग ऑन दैट. सो दैट विल बी कंटिन्यूअस फेज, दैट कैन नॉट एंड इन बिटवीन योर पीएचडी. कोई ना कोई नया आइडिया, नया पेपर आता ही रहेगा उसमें. लाइक दैट we'll have to keep on learning new things, and when it will end, जब तक हमारी मौत नहीं आएगी तब तक कुछ ना कुछ हम सीखते ही रहें. Trust and have a strong belief in yourself. This is very much important. Belief in yourself is very much important. Sometimes your closest friend, your parent, your colleague can betray you. Remember this thing. Last year there was an incident. Roommate उसी का एक ATM कार्ड लेके जाता है, okay? उसके पैसे चोरी करता है और ऐसा स्टोरी बनाता है कि जैसे कि उसने उसके पैसे उल्टा कि दूसरे ने चोरी किया है. So with the help of cameras, police came, we tracked that. So किसने बिट्रे किया यहाँ पे? उसी का कलीग. वो स्मार्ट बनना चाहता था लेकिन पकड़ा गया. What happened? Expelled from the hostel. So avoid these things. So trust and have strong belief in yourself. So the utmost aim is to be remembered to do good things. So if I want to do this, surely, then I should achieve something. I should do something so that I will be remembered. For that, don't ever land in a bad company. Avoid such people whom you feel are giving you negative ideas. Don't try to get your name indulged in such wrong things, because name is very, very important. अगर एक बार आप गलत लिस्ट में चले गए, तो the perception that you have in front of your teacher will always remain the same for a long time. It will take a very large time to erase that. Now we will see something about anti-ragging. So what hostels, if anything is left out to me, we are always here, and आपकी HSC बन जाएगी, उसमें से आपके meetings होते रहेंगे wardens के साथ, and we'll be having meetings. I will be also calling you HSC members and doing tech fests and other things. It is a collaborative thing, so all are working in team spirit and everyone is working here. You'll get many things to learn. So briefly, I'll introduce to you what is ragging and what are its ill effects. So ragging is any act that will result in mental abuse, physical abuse, or sexual abuse. Verbal abuse. अगर मैंने किसी को कुछ गलत बोल दिया, that is also ragging. Indecent behavior towards someone, criminal intimidation, wrongful restraints, and undermining human dignity. Okay, something you don't like, keep it to yourself, or you can discuss with your close friend, try to find a solution on that. Financial exploitation, extortion, use of force, all these have been termed as ragging in UGC. A student indulging in ragging can be, what will happen if he indulges and if he is caught? It could lead to cancellation of his admission, suspension from attending classes, withholding his scholarships, fellowships, or other benefits. withholding his results, debarring him from representing any institution in regional, national or international meet tournament etc. See देखिए अगर एक बार आपका नाम अगर FIR में चला गया पुलिस के, directly you'll never get a character certificate. So if you are applying for any job for a good company, police verification is very very important. Even for your passport, police verification is very important and must. तो अगर हमारा नाम वहां चला गया तो क्या होगा फिर? Yes, your character certificate will not be issued. You lose the job. किस लिए? कि छोटा सा मैंने छोटी सी गलती की थी. क्या किया था मैंने? किसी के साथ रैगिंग किया था और वो रिपोर्ट हो गया. Because today's media is very active. वो एक स्टूडेंट लेट आता है, लेट रूम खाली करता है, उसके पेरेंट्स आते हैं, रूम साफ करते हैं, ठीक है, बाहर सारी गंदगी रखी हुई है क्योंकि पेरेंट्स ने रूम साफ किया, बच्चे ने फोटो भेज दिया डायरेक्टर को, डायरेक्टर ने आके सबकी क्लास ले ली, क्या हो गया इससे? ठीक है, गलती हमारी है, सफाई नहीं हुई थी, लेकिन मीडिया कितना एक्टिव हो गया, विद इन फ्यू सेकेंड्स दैट फोटो वेंट टू डायरेक्टर. सिमिलरली भाई किसी के साथ रैगिंग कर रहे हो, किसी ने वो वीडियो या फोटो लेके डाल दिया, कौन बदनाम हो जाएगा? चलो हमें तो बुला के डांट देंगे, ठीक है, हम लोग डांट सहन की अभी हमें आदत हो गई है, हमें फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, लेकिन जो पकड़ा जाएगा उसका क्या होगा? जिसने किया है वो पकड़ा जाएगा, वो will lose by एक छोटी सी गलती, and that has been reported in a flash of seconds because of the very active 6 inches 6 by 3 device that is there in your pocket. Okay, so all these things keep in your mind. Also, apart from that, there will be some collective punishments also. Sometimes the whole group is banned because of some wrong incident by one particular person. So students many times foolishly they say, foolishly I got suspended. Why I got prosecuted? What about my job prospects now? Say no to ragging. Before you even think of this, don't bring a thought on that. Think of what will be the humiliation, the ruined career, expulsion from the institute, suspension, blacklisting, possible prosecution. This can also happen. Don't just stand and watch. Stop ragging. अगर आपके किसी फ्रेंड के साथ कोई सीनियर बदतमीजी कर रहा है, कुछ कर रहा है, जाके उससे अवॉइड करो, मदद करो या किसी की हेल्प मांगो. अगर थोड़ा सा सिर्फ अगर नाम पूछा है तो ठीक है, इतना तो चल सकता है. ओके, बट इट शुड नॉट एक्सीड लिमिट. रिमेंबर रैगिंग इज फॉर लूजर्स, नॉट फॉर विनर्स. ओके, 3 इडियट्स सभी ने देखा है ना 3 इडियट्स? क्या होता है, आमिर खान कैसे टैकल करता है रैगिंग को? ओके, ऐसी चीजें मत करो, लेकिन इससे सीखो. So ragging is a crime, and what is the reward for that? Jail is the reward for that. Some steps. See, negative thoughts आएंगे mind में. I am a human, मेरे mind में भी आएंगे. How I can develop that? How I can turn it into positive? Make good friends. Contact your good friends for advice. Contact your hostel executive committee. आपके colleagues हैं, आपके साथ वाले हैं, आपको help करेंगे. We have our institute counselor, Mr. Naveen is there. Yes, Naveen sir, please stand up. He is our counselor. I have requested to come here. If there is time left, about 5 or 10 minutes, even he will give you some good ideas. So he can give you a very good counseling or help you out to come out from that bad situation or bad time. Then you can contact the dispensary staff, doctors are there. They can help you out. There are the hostel attendants, managers are there. We have every hostel has 2 wardens. We have just introduced yourself 2 wardens. You can discuss with your teachers in the institute. We are there, myself, Dr. Prajapati sir, we are there. And also there is a large list of anti-ragging committee, chairman anti-ragging, and many other people are there, NGOs and other people are there. Prajapati sir, please, you can also add if I missed something. How to inculcate good habits? Develop a routine and timetable. Plan your day. Spend time for all your activities. Study, exercise, reading, sleep. At least about 7 hours Good sleep is required. Yoga you can do. Meditate. Okay, spend some time in sports. There are two big grounds here, athletic ground, gym is there, many other facilities are there. You can spend time to yourself. Talk to yourself at least 10 minutes in a day or during your sleep time. Analyze how was the day, what mistakes I have done, how best I can improve upon maybe tomorrow or a day after. Make good friends and stay far from bad company. Speak to your parents and elders regularly. भाई यहाँ पे आ गए, कोई अच्छी लड़की दिखी, कोई अच्छा लड़का दिखा, मैं पेरेंट्स को भूल गया, 4-5 दिन फोन ही नहीं किया, फिर आपके पेरेंट्स को हमें फोन झेलना पड़ता है। लास्ट ईयर की बात है, एक बार पेरेंट्स का फोन आ गया, जी आपका इंस्टीट्यूट कैसे है, बहुत मेरा बच्चा परेशान है, मैं फोन लगा रहा हूँ, फोन ही नहीं उठा रहा है, ऊपर से उसका सामान चोरी हो गया। सो इमीडिएटली हमने किसी को भेजा वहाँ पे, उसके रूम की तलाशी की, तो वो दूसरे रूम में जाके अपने फ्रेंड के साथ गप्पे लगा रहा है और उसका सामान चोरी हो गया था। उन्होंने इतना बड़ा माहौल क्रिएट किया। क्या चोरी हुआ था? उसका पिलो चोरी हुआ और वो भी उसी के फ्रेंड ने दूसरे रूम में रखा था। ओके, सो ऑल प्लस एंड माइनस। एक छोटा सा इंसिडेंट था, लेकिन कई बड़े भी इंसिडेंट फेस करने पड़ते हैं। सो दीज आर ऑल द फ्यू थिंग्स। देन मोटिवेशन. Motivate yourself, very much required nowadays. Motivation is essential to excel in any given field. Develop good hobbies, reading, writing. So there are many clubs. Punil ma'am has given a very good presentation today. I appreciate that, where she has given you exposure to all the different clubs and how you can involve yourself, get motivated, and develop yourself apart from professionally into some other thing, which is your real hobby or habit. Okay? जैसे वो वाइल्ड लाइफ फोटोग्राफर बनना चाहता था ना फील्ड ईयर्स में, वैसे आप भी यहाँ से कुछ और एक फील्ड में एक्सेल कर सकते हो, बिकॉज मेनी पीपल नाउअडेज आर नॉट गोइंग इन कोर एरियाज, सो यू कैन develop some other field for that. For that, you get motivated through some of the clubs, societies, or through the nature or some other thing. Pursue your passion and move towards your goal. That is very important. How to do that? Benchmarking. For that, develop some idols for motivation. You can develop your idols for motivation. Benchmarking क्या होता है? Yes? I want to do something, but I don't know where to reach. So what I will do? I will fix up some target. I will fix up some image in my mind कि मुझे इसकी तरह बनना है, मुझे सचिन तेंदुलकर की तरह बनना है. Okay? So what will the company do? The company will benchmark the world-class company in that field. The new automobile company will try to benchmark Maruti Suzuki or Toyota. So benchmarking हमें बता सकता है कि वो उस कंपनी का लास्ट ईयर टर्नओवर कितना था, किस तरह के फैसिलिटीज यूज कर रहा है. So benchmarking will give you excellent results. You have to develop yourself. Take inspirations from nature. Nature is the most inspiring thing. The sun, earth, trees, and all creatures. You can get inspiration from many saints that have taken place in this beautiful land. Okay, you can name a few saints. Depending on your religion, you can take inspiration and keep them as your idols in front of you. You can also keep a photo of them in your purse or in your rooms. Then great warriors are there for motivation, who have led us to independence, and India has been a very rich country from the ages. So we can get motivated from them, from our rich cultural heritage. I can evaluate myself to some favorite personality or to some favorite actor. Overall, what is the aim in me? Overall, the aim is I want to become better, and after all, I want to become me. That is a unique person. Okay? Now I will call Naveen sir for 5 minutes or so, if he can tell you something more about how to handle, say, motivation, or say sometimes if there is some stress, so he can lead. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Please be louder. Good morning, everyone. थोड़ा सा और. Good morning, everyone. That's good. So, hi. Again, like जो आंसर सर ने बहुत अच्छी चीजें already he has mentioned. So, I'll few more things here. So, how many of you think stress is the negative thing? How many of you feel stress is a negative thing in our life? Please raise your hand. Okay, done. And how many of you think stress is good? It's good. Okay. Anyone? Why stress is good? Anyone, please? Why stress is good? Exactly. When you are in stress, yes. Exactly. It helps you to get motivation and to work. अगर आपको फेल होने का डर ना हो तो आप में से कितने लोग पढ़ेंगे? अगर आपको अटेंडेंस शॉर्ट हो गई, आगे डिग्री मिले ना मिले उसका डर ना हो तो आप में से काफी लोग क्लासेस अटेंड नहीं करोगे, राइट? सो स्ट्रेस इज इम्पोर्टेंट, बट हम क्या करते हैं, स्ट्रेस को बहुत ज्यादा लेना शुरू कर देते हैं. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ स्ट्रेस. कितना स्ट्रेस रिक्वायर्ड है, कितना नहीं. आप में से खाना कितने लोग खाते हैं? वेरी गुड. अगर आप बहुत ज्यादा खाना खाना शुरू करोगे, वो आपको हेल्प करेगा कि नहीं करेगा? प्लीज टेल मी. It will 75% of the illness caused by food only. तो हर एक चीज का बैलेंस इज रिक्वायर्ड. ठीक है? So these are great saying which says no health without mental health. Why mental health is important? मुझे कुछ बच्चे सोते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं. ठीक है. Good morning everyone. That's good. Okay. Why mental health is important? Anyone? अगर आप फिजिकली स्ट्रांग हो तो आपको लगता है आप चीजें बहुत इजीली कर सकते हो. यस प्लीज. आपके ब्रेन जो है वो कमांड देता है टू डू सर्टेन थिंग्स. इफ इट इज नॉट इन अ गुड स्टेट इट विल क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लम. ओके. स्ट्रेस आई ऑलरेडी मेंशन्ड. दिस इज an important thing. I think Dr. Puneet Chawla has already mentioned about the taboo part, but let me explain it. आप में से कितने लोगों को लगता है जो लोग मेंटली इल होते हैं वो ही एक मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल्स को कंसल्ट करते हैं? आप में से कितने लोगों को ये चीज लगती है? ओके. यस. आपको लगता है कि जो लोग सिर्फ मेंटली इल होते हैं दे कंसल्ट मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल्स. ठीक है. आप में से कितने लोगों को जीवन में कभी स्ट्रेस नहीं हुआ है? कितने लोग हैं ऐसे जिनको लाइफ में कभी स्ट्रेस नहीं हुआ है? एनीवन? एग्जैक्टली. सिर्फ जो लोग मेंटली इल होते हैं सिर्फ वो ही एक मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल को डील नहीं कर सकते. यू कैन कम टू मी, टॉक टू अबाउट योर about your personality development, how you can concentrate, how to deal with stress, how to deal with adjustment issues. अभी आप एक न्यू प्लेस में आए हो जहां पर आपको एडजस्टमेंट इश्यूज बहुत फेस होंगे. आप में से कितने लोगों के साथ ये कभी हुआ है कि आप शेयर योर इंफॉर्मेशन और फीलिंग्स टू समवन और उसने एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे इन्फॉर्म करना शुरू कर दिया? कितनों के साथ होता है? सबके साथ हुआ. मेरे साथ भी, आप सबके साथ होता है, राइट? सो वन थिंग, इफ यू कम फॉर द सेशन, वन थिंग आई विल मेक श्योर जो इंफॉर्मेशन है दैट विल रिमेन बिटवीन यू एंड मी, राइट? सो अगेन, इट्स ओके टू नॉट टू बी ओके. काफी लोगों को लगता है यार जीवन में स्ट्रेस आ गया, क्या करेंगे, अब नहीं होने वाला कुछ. काफी लोगों को फील होता है. यस और नो? I want to do this activity. I'll do this one activity. It will take hardly 1 minute. I want you to give your 100% attention to it. Okay? Are you ready for it? Louder. Are you ready for it? Yes, sir. That's good. Okay. Find the word desk. Done? Okay, done. ठीक है. अब कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो मुझे लगता है पिछले 2 साल के मैंने अपने करियर में टेक में चीज ऑब्जर्व करी है. आप बच्चे क्या चीजें फेस करते हो बहुत ज्यादा. इनमें से कुछ चीजें हैं जो बहुत ज्यादा बच्चे फेस करते हैं. ओके, इट्स एन ओपन क्वेश्चन. कितनी चीजें मैंने लिखी, इसमें से कोई एक मुझे फैक्टर बताओ व्हिच इज द मेजर कंट्रीब्यूट व्हिच कंट्रीब्यूट्स अ लॉट टू डिस्टर्ब योर मेंटल हेल्थ एंड आर द मेजर रीजन फॉर सुसाइड. इनमें से कौन सा एक फैक्टर है जो मोर देन 48% है एक सुसाइड के लिए और एक मेंटल हेल्थ को प्रॉब्लम में डालने के लिए? प्लीज यस, ये एक साथ नहीं, एक एक करके। यस, ओवर थिंकिंग एंड बॉडी इमेज इश्यूज। यस, सॉरी, ओके, एनीवन एल्स? सॉरी, यस, relationship problems are the major thing which cause a lot of stress. I know thoda sa ye funny ho gaya. I think we need to be serious about it because a lot 48% of the suicide happen because of poor relationships. It is related with a partner, family member or anyone else. So the last activity हमने करी थी, apart from test how many words you have seen in it, apart from test कितने और words आपने देखे हैं उसमें? Anyone? कितने और words देखे हैं apart from test? We have approximately 10 to 15 words, which says एक बहुत basic चीज है, आपके जो दिमाग में चलता है आप उस चीज को ज्यादा देखते हो. If you are stressed, you will see more negative things around you. If you are irritated, तो हर एक चीज आपको irritate करना शुरू कर देगी. If you want to get motivation, first you need to have motivated thoughts. So we need to work on thoughts more than behavior part. If you need to change your behavior, first change your thoughts. Getting my point? अच्छा, ऐसा क्यों होता है जब आप किसी से प्यार में होते हो तो वो इंसान कई बार गिर जाता है? क्यों? क्योंकि वो दिमाग में ज्यादा चलता है, राइट? So first, if you want to improve your thoughts. Behavior चीज आराम से improve होती रहेगी, but you need to work on what? Your thoughts. Okay. Again, one thing which is very important for me to discuss is ethics. I have already mentioned you. In the first year, I have seen this problem is very much evident in students. You discuss your problem with your friends, फिर definitely going to circulate, फिर आप उस चीज क्लियर होते हैं क्योंकि मैंने ट्रस्ट करके चीज बताई थी, उसने आगे प्रोसीड कर दी, सो एक ट्रस्ट इशू आपको अभी से क्रिएट होना शुरू हो जाएगा. Let me tell you one more scientific thing for your brain. This one is your prefrontal cortex, this region. Touch this region, please, everyone. Touch this region. This one is your logical brain. और ये कितनी एज तक डेवलप होता है, किसी को पता है? At the age of 21 ये डेवलप होता है प्रॉपर ढंग से. तो उससे पहले जो भी आप डिसीजन लेते हो वो डिसीजंस आर मोर ऑन योर इमोशंस रादर देन लॉजिक. अगर अपनी प्रॉब्लम में हो और अपने फ्रेंड से पूछे तो उसको भी सेम नॉलेज है जितनी आपको है. ट्रस्ट मी, इफ यू आर इन अ वन प्रॉब्लम, take help or suggestion from your friend, you land up into 4 more problems. Right? So let's reduce it till 3. Let's reduce it till 1. Whenever there is a problem, consult to a professional. Right? Why to consult a professional? First, we will provide you more scientific approach for behavioral change. Right? That is very much evident. We'll accept you the way you are. अगर कुछ क्योंकि सी आप जिस एज में हो, यू माइट कमिट मिस्टेक्स, और कुछ कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है यू कैन नॉट डिस्कस इवन विद योर पेरेंट्स, विद योर फ्रेंड्स. फील फ्री टू डिस्कस. इट्स ओके दैट यू कमिटेड मिस्टेक, but it is not okay to think about it again and again. How many of you are aware of difference between pain and suffering? कितनों को पता है what is pain and what is suffering? Anyone, please? Okay, yes. Exactly. अगर आपको किसी ने थप्पड़ मार दिया, you are in pain. But if you keep that thing in your mind for next 2 years, you are in suffering. And suffering is optional by nature. You choose to suffer. So I'll not take much time. Thank you so much, guys, for listening, and welcome you all here again. And I hope in next 4 years you'll be to grow a lot and you'll going to understand yourself in a great sense. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Navin sir, a lot of your time. And so the हमारे माइंड में आता है तो उसे कैसे हम दूर करना है, इसके लिए हमने थोड़ा सा ये मोटिवेशन के तौर पे इंट्रोड्यूस किया था. थैंक यू ऑल.
Everyone, we have Mr. Sophie Zahoor amongst us. Let's have a huge round of applause for Sir. I request Dean and Student Affairs Sir to please facilitate our keynote speaker and present a token of our gratitude to Sir. It is my privilege and honor to introduce you to Mr. Sophie Zahoor, a visionary leader in human resources and leadership development. As the CEO of Human Cap India, Mr. Sophie leverages his extensive business transformation experience to empower leaders to excel. A distinguished Wharton School alumnus and Global Leadership Award winner, Mr. Sophie believes in winning from within, mentoring next generation executives for C-suite success.
With over 26 years of diverse industry experience, Mr. Sophie's journey spans over customer support, sales, marketing, and HR management. He is the force behind Quark Prayas, aiding underprivileged children's education and medical support. A prolific speaker, Mr. Sophie has shared insights in over 1,000 global sessions, bridging academia and industry. His skill set from HR evangelism to change management prepares individuals for future skill demands.
Mr. Sufi, awarded Top HR Mind of India 2020 by World HRD Congress and NWHR Excellence Award in 2020, is a renowned motivational speaker. He's partnered with over 20 international universities aligning education with industry needs. We extend a cordial invitation to Mr. Sophie to illuminate an engaging speaker session delving deep into the pivotal theme of equipping individuals with the indispensable skill sets for an ever evolving future. Let's have a huge round of applause and welcome our keynote speaker on the stage.
Good morning, everybody here. His beautiful introduction, I want to thank them for introducing me with such kind words. Normally, these introductions are half true. It only talks about the one side of the story. The other side of the story is I'm still a student of human engineering science. I'm continuously learning in my life, like you guys have come into this most beautiful institution and you've started embarking your journey. So I want to thank the management here, the student convener, who invited me to spend 15-20 minutes with you today. You have made it to one of the very respected institutions in the country. A big round of applause for all of you guys. Let's all come together. And I want to congratulate all of you for this. But at the same time, I'm going to forewarn you and give you some insights what's ahead of you. All of you will be learning physics, maths, engineering subjects, mechanical, electrical, problem solving, all of this, right? And I'm not going to talk about that today. Because वो तो आप पढ़ लोगे यहाँ. We have best of the professors in line who are going to be speaking all of these subjects. So my next 20 minutes is not going to be around that. My next 20 minutes is going to be talking about what is ahead of you. What are the skills that are required for next 50, 100 years? And the skills which were required when I passed out from university and the skills that are required now is completely changed. I'll give you an insight. A recent report from Deloitte talks about in 2030, 2030 में 800 million jobs, 800 million jobs by 2030 will be taken by robots. Now beat it. Which means, and believe me to the God, I am working with some robotic companies. These robots are turning out to be extremely smart. A small example, if you're buying an Apple product and you're clicking it anywhere, you go to Amazon or you go to Flipkart or you go to Apple site directly, and if you're buying an Apple product, right from your order to the delivery of any Apple product anywhere in the world is happening through robots. And they are my clients, right? So how robot receives your order, processes your order, finds out the order, makes sure that all the checklist is done and just delivered, and make sure that it's delivered to you in the best shape, on time, every time. This is what a robot, that's the challenge which I'm seeing it everywhere. That's what is happening. So if you talk about this 800 million jobs, 800,000 jobs taken over by robots, and they are efficient, they are orderly, they beat the Sigma 6 standards, सब कुछ perfect करते हैं. So what are the skills which we require? Because they're taking up a job. So what are the skills which we require in the coming days is something very important. And that's the area of focus I'm going to be talking about. A research from University of Pennsylvania with the John Hopkins cave, and this was done by close to about 24 researchers, that 85% of your financial well-being, you must know this. End of the day, why are we here? We want to go to a good college, good university, land into a good job, make money, buy convenience, buy nice house, and stay happy. Yही goal है ना हमारा? That's the financial goal. Now let me give you a hard fact that 85% of your financial well-being is not how good physics you know, or how good mathematics you know, how good problem solving. It's not. 85% is depending on your human engineering skills. Because everything is available today. You don't need, you want to figure out solve a problem, you have 10,000 ways to figure it out how to solve. So what are these human engineering skills? And I really would want you guys to keep attention, listening to this human. I'll give you some stories around this so that आपको समझ आ जाएगी. Are you with me? Okay. Human engineering skills. What does this human engineering skills mean? Let me give an example. Sachin Tendulkar, Vinod Kambli. How many of you know Sachin Tendulkar? And how many of you know Vinod Kambli? Very few. Very few. But मैं थोड़ा सा आपको background देता हूँ. Vinod Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar, इसमें आपको थोड़ा interest आ जाएगा. Vinod Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar both started their journey together. Their training, early school training from Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai, under the same coach. तो दोनों ने Wankhede Stadium में class 6th या 7th से training ले ली, same stadium में, Wankhede में, और under the same coach. I'm a cricket fan, so I can tell you very high details. Both of them started their journey from Wankhede Stadium under the same coach. Sorry? Yes. Under the same coach. And खेल रहे थे दोनों दोनों के फर्स्ट क्लास जब they were playing from district, state, and Ranchi and all. Let me tell you, Vinod Kambli's average was better than Sachin Tendulkar. Vinod Kambli's variety of strokes were better than Sachin Tendulkar. Vinod Kambli's run rate was better than Sachin, and he was way more stylish than Sachin. And I can tell you, I've seen them close. Vinod Kambli was a class. Sachin was not a match to him in terms of his run rate, his scorecard, variety of choices, and the style. All of them were there. But look at this. When I said, how many of you know Vinod Kambli? Only 2 or 3 hands raised up. And when I said Sachin Tendulkar, everybody knows him. Difference क्या है? और मैं आपको एक difference समझाना शुरू करता हूँ. It was Vinod Kambli when India was playing against West Indies. One fast bowler of West Indies called Bertley Ambrose threw a bouncer, and that was the last ball which Vinod Kambli played. It was the end of the story. Nobody knows him now. Nobody knows him. It's a story. Now the story is, why is that everybody knows Sachin? Why is that Sachin is a god today and nobody knows? It is the difference between will and skill. Vinod Kambli was way more skilled, but his attitude was always under question. He would fight with people. He would, knock down people. He would be arrogant. He will not work with the team. He was not a great listener. That was the end of the story of Vinod Kambli. So the message which I'm going to tell you here, you may have a skill. You may be as Vinod Kambli, but keep it in mind, this robot has better skill than you, and he's evolving much faster rate than you. It's the will, it is the attitude, which is the one most important human engineering skill that is required for next 1500 years, probably more. Just not skills. I have hired thousands of people, probably tens of thousands of the people in my life. And I have always backed people with high attitude. Because, you know why? Because skill is trainable, will is not. So I invest in will, not on skill, because skill to मैं train करूँगा, will को नहीं कर सकता हूँ मैं कुछ. So attitude and aptitude, a balance of that is required for human engineering skills for people when they come in. Follow me? That's why I give an example of Sachin Tendulkar. Let me give an example. Attitude get on. Interest while I'm talking to you, this reminds me of when my son was in class 7th. He studied in YPS Mohali. तो उनके पास एक project आया. The project was एक chart बना लो और उस chart पे make a present variety of fishes. मछलियां जो है उनके बारे में 10-15 मछलियों के बारे में एक चार्ट बना लो. आप लोग भी स्कूल में चार्ट बनाते थे? All of us. भाई ये सारा काम पेरेंट्स को करना पड़ता था. तो चार्ट ले आए और चार्ट पे we started putting up those fishes up there and started writing this description about this big. That subject intrigued me so much. I spent weeks researching about the subject. And here are the facts. शायद कहीं किसी भी किताब में आपको नहीं मिलेगी. This was my own research. I haven't published it anywhere, but I'm going to dispense the learnings out of that. I realized one fact: कि जितनी भी living being ज़मीन पे है, your plants, your animals, millions of types of animals, diversity of people coming from different cultures, so many insects. So जितनी भी मखलूक living being ज़मीन के ऊपर है, उससे डबल पानी में है. अगर हमें 5 मिलियन वैरायटी ऑफ लिविंग बीइंग्स अर्थ पे है तो ओशन में डबल है. इट्स सो डिवर्स, इट्स सो डीप, इट्स सो मैजेस्टिक. और उस समंदर में बहुत सारी मछलियां होती हैं और हर एक मछली अपनी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक से आती है. I started studying the characteristics of these damn fishes. It's going to blow your mind, let me tell you. There is this fish called barracuda. Are you interested in hearing for next couple of minutes this story? There is this fish called barracuda. Have you heard anybody here barracuda? Yes, please. Hey guys, let's give him a big round of applause. All of us. Why are we conservative when we clap? Yeah, can this side clap? This doesn't clap. Can this side clap? Just two of you. What about just this side? House of Lords. Now can you all of us come together? All of us for all of you. Guys, let's have some fun. And let's enjoy this next half an hour. And I'll try my best to put stories down. So coming back, this barracuda fish, समंदर में है और बड़ी interesting सी characteristics है. This barracuda fish is very aggressive fish. It knocks down anybody जो उनके सामने आती है. The fish moves like this. कोई fish आई, it knocks them down. It knocks them down. जो भी सामने knock down, and knock down. आप अपने में जानो. A lot of us will be barracudas. सुबह उठते ही जब हमें पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं उठ जाओ जरा सैर पे निकलो, we behave like a barracuda. हमारे ब्रदर ने कुछ बोल दिया तो barracuda. हमारे टीचर ने कुछ बोल दिया barracuda. हमारे नेबर ने कुछ बोल दिया तो barracuda. We are behaving like a lot of us. I don't say all of us. A lot of us like barracudas. We have to make a choice. Because it is very important. उसमें मैं topic पे कहूँ barracuda क्यों नहीं बनना हमें लाइफ में. I'll tell you. That's a very interesting, why should we barracuda? So this is one barracuda. Then there is this fish called mudfish. Mudfish. और ये mudfish, the characteristics of this mudfish is it slings the mud. तो जहाँ जाती है वो mud को sling करती है. Right? A lot of us, wherever we go, we have a choice to make उस माहौल को आप कैसे convert कर सकते हो. I don't know, I don't want to get into details, but you want to make sure that a lot of us are mudfish. Wherever we go, we sling the mud. Because we don't even realize when we sling the mud, we are also part of the same ecosystem. हम भी उसी mud में ही हैं. This characteristics of mud. Then there is this fish called flounder. Have you heard flounder? A flounder is very interesting fish. इस मछली की एक ही आंख है. इस साइड नहीं है. It's like fish, this one, and you say, what does this mean? Believe me, a lot of us are flounders. A characteristics of a flounder fish is that it only hears one side of the story. It just only listens, observes only one side of the story, doesn't see the other side of the story before taking a decision. A lot of us are flounders here. Or a lot of us sometimes become flounders. We don't even give a space to other person to even communicate and give his or her side of the story. We just behave like a flounder because we only study one side of the story. And believe me, the flounders or the people, they may be greatest in problem solving. They will not be successful in the long term or even in the longer life. Barracudas are failures because they will make enemies. They will create a very negative ecosystem, and that negative energy will bring them down. Flounders are just okay to do, but this is they're not processing a lot of information, seeing the larger story, and then making decisions. Just one side of the story will make decisions. Then there is the seahorse in the water, right? You'll be very disappointed to know the characteristics of seahorse is कि जब अपने बच्चे देते हैं या अपने बच्चों को ही खा लेते हैं. जो भी उनकी strength है, they always sit on kill their own strengths. They don't build on that strength. Take your example all your life. I know I have tens of examples like this where I knew I could be best at here. This is my strength, but I didn't play my strength. I went against that strength. So we make choices which who we are. But then there is this fish called, can you name the fish which goes against the stream? Sorry? I've forgotten the name. Okay, there is this, I will recollect. There is this fish which always travels upstream. Always. And anybody tell me why does it travel upstream? It travels upstream because it always wants to live in the fresh water and lay the eggs in fresh water. We have to be that fish. Every opportunity is when you say go against a stream, live in the fresh water, your surroundings, your orbit will decide who you are. आपके orbit क्या है? I'll give you an example. It's a fish called salmon. So salmon fish never lays egg in the muddy water. It always upstreams to go to the fresh water and lay the eggs there so that it's a better environment. This is salmon. Now, the question which I have for all of you, why do you think Mount Everest is in Himalayas? Any good answer? Why do you think it's in Himalayas? Why is Mount Everest not in Chennai? Why is Mount Everest not in London? Why is Mount Everest not in New York? Why is Mount Everest in Himalayas? Any answer? Any answer? Yes? Stand up and say. What's your name? Divya. Divya. Hey, let's get a big round of applause because of the topography. Thank you. Any other answer? There's nothing called good or bad answer. I mean, multiple ways of looking. Why do you think Mount Everest is in Himalayas? They have said it is the topography. It's a good answer. Any other answer? Yes, sir. Yeah, that's good. But why is it evolved there? So sir said because the crust of the earth has moved in there. Very good answer. But let me, River rightly said topography. Let me give you my way of thinking why Himalaya, why Mount Everest is in Himalaya, वो चेन्नई में क्यों नहीं है? Mount Everest is in Himalayas because it is surrounded by other tall mountains. Topography. उसके आसपास K2 है, कंचनजंगा है, इसलिए Mount Everest को. So if you really want to be tall in your life and do well in your life, you should be surrounded by people who are more smart than you. Right? You should be surrounded people more. So your orbit, what is your orbit? Who are you surrounded with? If you are surrounded with positive thinking people, if you're surrounded with people who are here to solve some problems or solvers, that orbit will define your next journey. My dear friends, let me tell you. If you are surrounded with very weak mountains, very untouchable mountains, you are in a different orbit, whose consequences is what your manifestation is going to be. So keep it in mind, make sure you're surrounded with people who are smarter than you, who have a much more positive outlook, and are very, having a positive energy. That orbit is going to be actually. So I'm giving an example, the same thing. So salmon makes a choice. So we make a choice every day. Am I a salmon? Do I want to be a barracuda? Do I want to be a flounder? Or do I want to be a mudfish? Everything has a consequence. So choose your orbit. Choose your place where it is more positivity, where there's more energy, friends and students, who are going to enable you. If you are not in that orbit, you are not there in this space. So that's the point which I want to bring it here. Is I have the story around these fishes. So we spoke about attitude. We spoke about will. We spoke about what is your orbit. The third thing which I'm going to speak about, because as I said, मैथ्स फिजिक्स तो पढ़ाएंगे आपको शायद वो सारी चीजें आपको टेक्नोलॉजी भी प्रोवाइड करेगी बट ये ह्यूमन इंजीनियरिंग स्किल जो है जो 85% रीजन है आपको सक्सेस होने का it comes through human engineering skills. That's what scientists are talking about. So every problem is probably solved or is there are machines already solving it. So humans how they evolve. The third thing is about collective intelligence. Aptitude, attitude. We spoke about attitude, we spoke about your orbit, we'll talk about your collective intelligence. Machines can never take this power from us, which is called power of collective intelligence. Keep it, just listen to this, please very carefully, this concept of power of collective intelligence. मतलब मैं तो आपको 2-5 मिनट में समझाने की कोशिश करूंगा बट लोगों ने इस पे हजारों किताबें लिखी हुई है years and years they are invested in this collective intelligence. The power of collective intelligence is मधुमक्खियों की छत्ते होते हैं beehives. How many of you have watched seen the beehives, right? Okay, good. If you are in US, I'm sure all of you will go, you will find bee colonies. और एक bee colony में हजारों beehives होती है और एक beehive में 30 से 40,000 bees होती है. So in any beehive, you will find the average number of bees ranging from 30 to 40,000 bees. Are you with me? The 40,000 bees जो beehives में होती है, it's a family together. Suppose BC में एक beehive है, उसमें 30,000 bees है, और उसमें से सारी bees सुबह टहलने निकलती है. जब सुबह होती है, early morning, all these bees are out for a walk. It's a real thing. And one of the bees comes back and tells to the rest of the 30,000 bees, I have found a nectar. I have found a source of nectar. जहां से अब हम collection करेंगे. तो वो जो bee है, वो अपनी queen को बताती है. जो queen होती है bee की, beehive की, उस queen को बताती है कि I have found a nectar. Now this queen communicates to the rest of the 30,000 bees, and the concept, if you read through the books, you will figure it out, a very unique concept called bee dancing. Bee dancing. Now bee actually dances. This is how bee communicates. It's called bee dances, and through dancing, it goes and communicates to the 30,000 bees. We have found a nectar. Look at the precision of the information. And this nectar is 196 meter, 196.53 meters from here. Exact up to the 2 decimal. So distance bata di. And it is 26.97 towards northeast or northwest. So it exactly talks the GPS of that. So 30,000 bees ko bee communicate karti. There's a 196.56 meters away. And then it is 26.97 towards northeast. So exact location of that nectar is communicated to 30,000 bees. And the last thing this bee says, we don't need to go all of us because the size of the nectar is only this much. Only 2,000 bees will be required for this collection. So exactly when this communication happens, all these 2,000 bees come together and they start the journey. The journey is super perfect. They go and they pick this nectar and come back. Now here is the secret, beautiful source of this. Now science of entomology says every time they go and do this collection, the precision is so super perfect, it beats the Sigma 6 quality standards. तो humans की Sigma 6 जो highest quality जो अभी तक हमें समझाई गई है is the Sigma 6, right? Which means that every million transactions में से आपकी 6 गलतियां हो सकती है और उसके बाद भी आप Sigma 6 है highest quality. And these collection of journey and going come is it beats the Sigma 6 quality. So that they do 1 million journeys, not even 6 errors. Super perfect, exact number of people, single line, collection, come back, highest order result. The question which I have for you, how is this possible that these bees are able to do this collection beating the human intelligence, beating the Sigma 6 quality standards? Every time, million times, 5 million times ये travel करती हो, every time collection super perfect. Amazing. How is this possible? This is possible. This is why this concept of power of collective intelligence took this birth. Now I'll tell you how it is done. Now a lot of neuroscientists and entomologists and HR philosophers, all of them came together and they want to study this model of human intelligence by bees. तो उसका मैं आपको results बताता हूँ. उसका what is the result of that? How did they explain it? Very unique way of explaining. They said when these 2,000 bees come together for this collection, they come together, 2,000 bees. So if there are 2,000 bees, how many eyes are there? 4,000 eyes. So 2,000 bees is 4,000 eyes. And every bee has a brain, and that brain has got 500,000 neurons, which are active neurons, which take decisions, which make right decisions, which make right positioning and right decisions. So if there are one bee has a million neurons, imagine how many neurons will be for 2,000 bees? Uncountable, right? You can't even put it in a calculator. Now the scientists say when these two bees come together, 2,000 bees, और जब वो जर्नी शुरू करते हैं, each bee, the amount of trust and the amount of communication between those 2,000 bees is so much. They are so much in sync that each bee, while they have 2 eyes, but each bee technically has a power of 4,000 eyes. And each bee has got access to zillions of neurons. When they come together, the power of collective intelligence comes to the picture. The results are always very high. But you know what? Humans, when we come together, the moment we do scorecards, when I have led a large company in Cork, हमने हमेशा ये देखा कि एक इंडिविजुअल स्कोर कार्ड और एक टीम स्कोर कार्ड, जब 4-5 लोग इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं तो उसका हम स्कोर कार्ड, उसका हम रिजल्ट देखते हैं, उसका स्कोर कार्ड देखते हैं. It is always that when people come together, the score card of people working together, 4 or 5 people should be higher than an individual score card, right? Natural. But it is always other way around. When people work together, the score card drops, the performance drops. But the moment this person is put on individual project, the person performs very well. But when the person performs in the teams, the person is not able to get that much of result when we are put on the teams. It's very, very disappointing and but at the same time true. That your scorecard of a team is lower than the scorecard of an individual. Because these students have not been taught power of collective intelligence very at an elementary level, how to work with teams. किसी ने empathy उनको समझाई नहीं, सिखाई नहीं. Because without team, if you don't understand this concept of being empathetic, you can never be a team player because आपके curriculum में वो पढ़ाते ही नहीं है. And I was in NIT Delhi just last week, and I was like, why doesn't NIT start having a number of our classes across NITs in India on how to have empathy? Because unless you don't understand this concept of empathy, you can never work in teams. क्योंकि हमें हमारे करिकुलम में पढ़ाते नहीं है, इसलिए कि हमें जिस तरीके से पहले पढ़ाते थे वो तो पढ़ा, बट देयर आर न्यू वेज to learn how education institutes have started bringing these new skills for attacking. You know, it is so powerful. We are not able to work with the teams because we are not good listeners. क्योंकि हमें listening किसी ने सिखाई नहीं है. एक beautiful सा anecdote मैं बताता हूँ. जब research हुआ, there's this book called Modern 100 Lives by John Canning. Very interesting concept. They found who is the greatest leader or greatest influencer in last 100 years on earth. Who do you think would have been there? Greatest influencer or greatest leader in last 100 years? इसका नाम होगा? Any name? Greatest influencer? Sorry? Hitler? Sorry? Steve Jobs? Who else? Mahatma Gandhi, and many congratulations. Give big hand. Big hand. Mahatma Gandhi was in top 10, but he was not number 1 there. I wanted him to be number 1, but he was not. But being on the top 10 itself is a great deal. Any other name? Yes. Karl Marx. No, he wasn't in top 10. Last 100 years. Raise your hands. Sorry, who? Somebody said Nelson. Who was that? One second. Let me have this person here. Who was the first person? Oh, lovely.
Mao Zedong.
Yeah, you said somebody else said another name. Who said Nelson Mandela? Who said Nelson Mandela? Hey, you know what? Let's all come together and give a round of applause for this person. Come on, all of us. Come on. Come on. It is Nelson Mandela. It is the Nelson Mandela. और नेल्सन मंडेला को जब हम रिसर्च करते हैं, the greatest skill Nelson Mandela had was he was the last person to speak. Always. In any event, he is the last person to speak because he understood this concept of being a great listener. So when Nelson Mandela was asked, how did you learn this skill of person to be listening at the end? He said, my father was a tribesman. I come from a tribal background. Africa meant tribal background. So when these all the tribes will come together, all the tribesmen will come together, and they will have leaders also, that they will always sit in the circle. And Nelson Mandela's father was the head of the tribe. Now there were tribesmen, and there were sarpanch, and higher sarpanch was Nelson Mandela's father. He said, my father would gather all of them people in the circle, and he'll be there as a head of tribe, and he'll be the last person to speak. So that's why I picked up the skill of speaking at the last. It has millions of benefits because you are consuming a lot. कैसे decision making की process क्या है? Decision making process is नहीं okay, let me vomit. Oh, this is a decision. Oh, let me vomit. This is a decision. Sorry for using this word. Decision making की process है. अगर आपको किसी ने नहीं बताया, मैं आपको बहुत सरल तरीके से समझाता हूँ. Decision making की process है. सबसे पहला उसका step है consumption. Consume information. Right? That's a step number 1. Consume information. Read information. Explore information. That's step number 1. Second step is processing of that information. तो आपके पास information बहुत आया और उस information को फिर आपने process किया और उस process के बाद उस data को देखने के बाद फिर आपने decision लिया. जब हमारी consumption ही नहीं है, when there is no consumption or our consumption is so pathetic, and there is no consumption, what will be processed? And if If we don't have anything to process, imagine what our decisions are going to be. So keep it in mind that when you are working in the teams, when you go to large organizations, having this skill, the listening skill, there are lots of ways to improve this. Go to Google, you'll figure out a lot of these things called listening as improve. Reading skills. How many of you have heard this concept called deep learning labs? Okay, मैं बताता हूँ आपको. An average person, when we can read probably about 1500 to 2000 words in a one single minute. जब हम book पढ़ते हैं, 1500 to 2000, and that's why we struggle. जब वो मूवी खत्म हो जाती है, उसके बाद आ जाती है बहुत सारे ना, तो हम पढ़ नहीं पाते सारे ना. I struggle. और director and story, we're not, because हमारी कंजम्पशन रेट जो है वो 1500 वर्ड्स पर मिनट की है, तो जो ये 1600 पे जाएगी हम स्किप करना शुरू करेंगे. But there are these deep learning labs you can practice yourself, that you can as a human can read about 5 to 10,000 words in a minute. So you're put into those labs. There are these labs in Europe. I don't know India में कोई lab है या नहीं है, but I have seen in Europe these labs, in US these labs where you go there, you spend 2 weeks, and you are in those deep learning labs. Your capacity of consumption from 1500 words goes to about 10,000 words in a single minute. So it's all about consumption. Very important. So I want to go, and I know you have a long day here. I want to just go back and see what are the things we discussed. We discussed today about that these robots are going to take a lot of our jobs. तो हमें पढ़ाई different तरीके से करनी पड़ेगी, right? We also talked about your financial well-being is dependent 85% on your human engineering skills. And what are those human engineering skills? How do we, bring this concept of collective intelligence together? How do we, focus on will besides skill? The will is, as I said, the skill is trainable, will is not. So how do we work on this will? How do we work with teams? And how do we make decisions? And those decisions in terms of am I a barracuda in a situation, or am I a flounder in a situation, or am I a salmon in a situation? We make decisions. आपको क्या लगता है कितने decisions हम एक single day में लेते होंगे? Any numbers? What do you think a normal human being number of decisions we take in a day? ये situation awareness हमें बहुत जरूरी है. और शायद आपको किताबों में नहीं पढ़ाई जाएंगी, थोड़ा deep जाओगे तो पता चलेगा. Any number? Any numbers for how many decisions we take? Yes. 40? He says 40,000 decisions in a day. Any other number? Very promising. Okay. A normal human being in a single day takes 5,000 decisions. 5,000 decisions. You know, the first decision is, I had an alarm at 4:30 in the morning. The first thing I went and snoozed it. Right? That's the first decision which I made in the morning. So likewise, we are taking 5,000 decisions in our day. So we have to bring this concept of situational awareness when we start making those decisions. Note that. Now imagine if those 5,000 decisions are taken in a different orbit. And choose your orbit. We spoke about, why Mount Everest is in Himalayas. You need to be surrounded with people who are positive, people who are taller than you in terms of what they want to achieve, but at the same time very positive. We also spoke about empathy. Go learn this concept of empathy. This is going to change your world. We spoke about communication. Effective communication is not, by the way, good English. इसको थोड़ा सा मैं बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटियों में देखता हूँ कि हमने जी यहाँ वर्कशॉप लगाया हुआ है, इंग्लिश ट्रेनर कोई आ रहा है, फिर वो ग्रामर सिखा रहा है, कॉन्सोनेंट्स सिखा रहा है, वॉवल्स सिखा रहा है. Shit. It is not. Communication is that. I have worked with Japanese people, German people. Now उनको मेरी language समझ आती है, ना मेरे को उनकी language समझ आती है. But we work perfect. Communication is not about good English. Communication is good listening first. Empathy. Right? So you need to understand effective and giving other person a space to talk about it. I also spoke about you will choose your orbit. That orbit will decide your journey. मैथ्स फिजिक्स फिर तो साइंस ये तो पढ़ोगे आप, बट ये स्किल्स आप फोकस करोगे तो आपकी दिशा, आपकी जर्नी कहीं की कहीं है. बट आपने ऑर्बिट पिक किया, वो ऑर्बिट आपको वहीं लेके जाएगा. आपने ऑर्बिट पिक किया हुआ है तो आप 5000 डिसीजंस दिन के लेते हो. Choose your decisions. Know that you are taking decisions every single minute of your day. At the end, before I end this session, am I boring you guys? Okay, let me give a very beautiful story about a young boy. जब मैं आप सबको देखता हूँ ना तो मेरे को वो बच्चा दिखता है आप में, और मेरे को खुद के बच्चे में भी वो दिखता है. And I want to leave this story with all of you here. And if you carry this story close to your chest, your heart, your journey is going to be beautiful. The story is about a young boy called Craig Galberg. एक छोटा सा बच्चा टोरंटो में पैदा होता है, किंडरगार्टन में जाता है, फिर प्राइमरी स्कूल में जाता है, फिर when this boy in middle school, he walks every day from his home to school on the streets of Toronto. तो टोरंटो की स्ट्रीट में वो हर दिन वॉक करके स्कूल जाता है और वॉक करके वापस आ जाता है. उसके स्कूल और उसके घर के बीच में जो रास्ता है, there is one bus stop. And he always stops at the bus stop because in Canada or in US you find newspapers free of cost. You find flooded with newspapers. So हर दिन जाके वो उस बस स्टॉप पे जाके वो न्यूज़पेपर्स को देखता रहता है, उनकी शक्लें, जैसे if I see मैं देखता हूँ स्पोर्ट्स का क्या न्यूज़ आया आज, वो भी कुछ देखता होगा. Every day he just plays with the newspapers and looks at this puzzle or something and just goes. This is the routine which he does for years. He walks up, walks down, stops at the bus stop, frisks these newspapers and reads some interesting stories. One fine day, when Craig is coming from his school to home, he stops at the bus stands and surfs these newspapers. He finds a story on the front page of Toronto Times. On the front page of Toronto Times, he finds a story about a young boy called Iqbal. It's a story covered by Toronto Times. This young boy of Iqbal, who is from Pakistan, from a city called Karachi. It's covered in the Toronto Times, Iqbal's story. So Craig reads this story about Iqbal, that this young boy Iqbal, he was abducted by the begging mafia in Karachi. Karachi is like Mumbai, very large city, unaccounted people. So this young boy is abducted and he's brought into Karachi by the begging mafia, to beg there by the mafia. So next 3 years, and he's abducted at the age of 6. So 6 से 9 साल तक वो कराची की गलियों में, स्ट्रीट लाइट्स में बेगिंग करता है और वो पैसा उस माफिया पे चढ़ा देता है, जो एवरीडे इन द मार्केट टेक्स मनी. बट एट द एज ऑफ 9, ये इस अखबार में फ्रंट पेज है, at the age of 9, Iqbal decides to run away from the clutches of this mafia, and he runs away. He finds a way, and he frees himself from there at the age of 9. So 6 to 9 is a hard labor. He's beaten, he's abused, he's made beg, but at the age of 9, Iqbal runs away of that mafia. But once he runs away, he realizes that his friends are still back in that mafia. So he decides he wants to go back and release his other friends in that mafia. He sneaks in again in that mafia. वो फिर से चला जाता है उस माफिया में, गैंग में, और उन फ्रेंड्स को मिलने के लिए. And for next 3 years, 9 to 12. So 6 to 9 was begging. 9 to 12 he sneaks in again, and 9 to 12 he makes sure that little over at 260 or 260, for some accounts is 260, some accounts is 265. He makes sure he helps 265 children to release them from the clutches of mafia. So because he knows the way to He knows the down page of running away. He makes sure that he helps relieve 265 children for next 3 years to run away from that clutches. But unfortunately, at the age of 12, Iqbal is shot dead on the streets of Karachi by the mafia. He's killed, point blank, shot, Iqbal is dead. So the story of this Toronto Times is that Iqbal is shot dead at the age of 12 by the, the drug or whatever mafia, the begging mafia on the streets of Karachi. Because he was helping children, give them the freedom and run away from there. So Craig Gelberg, the student of high school student, this middle of high school student, he's reading the story on that day on the Toronto Times. And that one story gives birth to one of the greatest leaders called Craig Gelberg. If you go into UN, you'll find always Craig Gelberg. But he brings up this organization called Save the Children organization. And this organization today is 127 countries. 127 कंट्रीज में क्रेग कैलबर्ग की अभी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इंडिया में भी है, पाकिस्तान, बांग्लादेश, everywhere. 127 countries is where Craig's organization, Free the Child organization, is running, and he is one of the greatest influencers in the world today. And he's made this organization. पर आप सारे लोग ये सोचते होंगे, हाउस ऑफ लॉर्ड्स वाले भी सोचते होंगे, हाउस ऑफ कॉमन वाले भी सोचते हैं, ये स्टोरी हमें क्यों बोल रहे हैं? Craig Gelberg, your Iqbal story, and I'll tell you what, the secret of your life. Craig became a prodigy. He became one of the greatest influencers by just one story which he read on the newspaper, right? Am I right? One story. All of us here, all that what we require is just one story. हम सबको सिर्फ एक स्टोरी चाहिए लाइफ. And please go back home while you will be solving maths, physics, science problems. Figure out what is your story. Because there has to be a story associated to you. Believe me, the greatest thing in this world is being happy. Doing well, great jobs, great place, great marriage. But at the same time, हमारी जिंदगी का एक मकसद है, is happiness. That happiness can come through only through that one story. And you need to know what is your story. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Guys, thank you. I just wanted to end this session with a very high note, all right? So let's see, how many of you here, because you have a great start of your life, I'm very excited. And I encourage all of you, I'm on a LinkedIn, please reach me out by SOFI-ZH. I keep writing on that, LinkedIn. Please reach me out on the LinkedIn. But I want to end at this end, leave it with slightly high note. Are you with me? Okay. So it's just fun 30 seconds. How many of you in this room can whistle hard? Whistle. Oh, let's see whistle. All of you whistle. Come on. Yes, whistle. Whistle. Come on, whistle. Whistle. Okay. All right, hang on. Okay, hang on. Very nice. Okay, let's see how many of you are good at clapping. Let's clap. Let's clap. Very nice. You guys are very good at clapping, guys. Let's see how good are you at whistling. Let's see. Whistle now. Whistle. What? Engineering college का whistle. Okay. In Punjab, जब बहुत बढ़िया होता तो हम वो चट्टे फटे बोलते हैं, right? So let's see how many of you can talk about this chakde fate very loud. Come on, guys. Oh, lovely. Okay, wonderful. So we have people who are good at whistling. We have good people good at clapping, and we have good people here talking about, Sonia, Sasrika. We'll do all of this together, all of us. you very much, guys. I just really enjoyed, and I'm so excited with your journey. You know, if you, I'm so happy coming and talking to you here. I just had a great day here. Please reach out to me on the LinkedIn. I keep writing on the human philosophy. I keep writing on the growth, progress, and I've got about 20,000, active readers on LinkedIn. So I'd be happy to connect you there. Thank you very much again. Thank you.
I, I express my sincerest gratitude to you, sir, for a truly splendid and remarkable speech. Now I would like to invite our Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. D.R. Prajapati, to present Mr. Sophie Zahur with a memento to express our hearty gratitude. Kindly welcome him with a round of applause.
I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion. I want to express my gratitude to Mr. Sophie Zahur, DSA Sir Dr. D.R. Prajapati, ADSA Ma'am Dr. Puneet Kaur, ADSA Sir Dr. C.S. Javalkar, and our student counselor, who graced us with their presence and took time out of their busy schedules to introduce our college to the incoming batch. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the wardens and officers in charge. And with this, we come to the end of the auditorium session for this week. Thank you. All the students are requested to remain seated as of now.
हाँ प्लीज बोलिए हाँ 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 छोड़ना 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 हाँ छोड़ना छोड़ना तुरंत छोड़ना